Congressman, you had a couple of choice words to say about the EPA today. Can you talk about the hearing that's going on currently?
Well, I think we're deeply troubled as Republicans about where this Environmental Protection Administrator and agency are headed in their overzealous regulation, and they're exceeding their own authority and the authority that's been granted by the Congress, and frankly, killing jobs in America. I mean, that's the way we look at this. I mean, whether you look at the new dust regulations, the effect they may have on agriculture, especially dry land farming, we think it's preposterous where they're headed. And you look at, the whole, every issue that they're engaged in. They'll claim somehow by having these restrictive regulations that drive companies to invest elsewhere creates jobs in America. And I'm trying to figure out who does the math down there? Who does the economic analysis down there? Because in the real world that I come from, as a former small business owner for 22 years, I know the costs of these regulations, and they are harmful to our economy. It's no wonder capital's sitting on the sidelines, because you got an EPA that's running rampant all over the field.
We hear the government is for the little man. We hear the Democratic Party is for the little man. We hear the administration's for the little man. Yet these dust regulations.
Oh, you look at the dust regulations. I've got cattlemen that contend that driving a pickup down a gravel road in eastern Oregon would probably trigger them. I got wheat growers that are afraid that doing their practice of dry land wheat farming would stir up enough dust to trigger them. You'd have to drag some sort of mister behind your equipment. Well, if we had that much water in eastern Oregon, we'd have irrigated agriculture, not dry land. And so, I mean, it's just rule after rule after rule. They've got new set-aside rules they're coming up with on pesticides that will take enormous swaths of agriculture out of production, farmland out of production. And so you're going to make our farms less able to compete. I don't know where they're coming off with this. And so I'm perplexed when the president says he wants to get rid of job-killing regulations. It's his administration that's writing them and has been for 2 years. And so you get a little tired of this war on the private sector, the demonizing of the private sector. The great job creators of this country are being demonized and destroyed by this administration, and it is outrageous.